Hey guys, how you doing? So recently I made the purchase for the Rokinon 14mm 2.8 for the Z-mount lens. I'm going to go over a few little details on this lens, and I hope you guys really enjoy this video. This is something that maybe will be useful for you if you're thinking about making the purchase. I will let you know my overall opinion here at the end. So for starters, let's talk about the lens. It is completely all metal. The lid itself is plastic, and so is the hood, but for the most part the lens is solid metal. It's a manual focus lens, which is to make sure you note down that this may not be the lens for you if you're into the autofocus system. I know they do offer some, but this is one solid manual focus system. The 14mm obviously is very wide. I use it for landscape and astrophotography. It's fairly heavy, but again, I'm okay with heavy lenses. It means it's well built in my opinion, and I'm going to have a little more to hold on to, something more substantial. It's a very solid, well built lens. The glass element is very heavy, so make sure you keep it on a tripod or pay attention when you're walking around with it, because it is a big glass front that's bowed, so it's probably easily crackable if you hit it the wrong way. So once again though, this is the Z-mount system, and yet they also have it for the R, the Canon R series. So that's one plus, but I believe the Canon R also has it in auto. So that's a plus if you're a Canon user. I'm a Nikon user. I shoot on the Nikon Z6 and the Nikon Z50. And once again, they only make the manual focus system, which I'm okay with because I'm used to manual focus and I prefer it, and I recommend you getting used to the manual focus when you're out there shooting landscape and Milky Way photography. It's something that will definitely help you out in the long run. So I'm also shooting with the 24mm 1.4, so this is not my first Rokinon. I've had other Rokinon lenses before. They make really good quality lenses. The 24mm is for F mount, so you need the F to Z adapter, or if you're going to have like the Canon R, you'll need their adapter to be able to adapt to your mount lens. But once again, they do make very good quality lenses. So at 14mm 2.8, that's going to let in a lot of light, especially for astrophotography or any nighttime photography, whether you're out and doing cityscapes, any other landscapes at night, or you're shooting the stars, whether it be astrophotography or just shooting the stars in general. It's going to let in a lot of light. The other positive thing that I like about it is the manual focus system is not a quick little turn. It almost goes around the whole entire lens, which in my opinion really helps you to be able to refine your manual focus. So this is something that is a huge plus to me, even though it is a manual focus system. If you're used to manual focus, this is something that you're going to enjoy as far as manual focusing, because you can kind of get a little more pinpoint detail on what you actually are trying to focus on. I know some people have had problem with vignetting and things like that on this lens. I have yet to see that issue. Not saying it's not there, but I can't speak on that. But I am going to make it aware that some people are having that issue. So maybe that's something that you might want to look into, or it might be a lens by lens situation. One of the cons that I have about this is the aperture ring is on the outside. It is very smooth and easy to use, but when you're so used to using in-body aperture changes, it's kind of a pain to deal with, you know, on a regular basis, to go on there and manually change it outside your lens. And they also don't have every single step down or step up on your aperture. So in a way, that's the only drawback that I have of this lens. But overall, it is a very good lens. It works well. It has very good response with the Z-mount, especially since it's a Z-mount for your Z-mount camera. It's going to read and kind of take the pictures a lot better. The settings are going to catch on quickly. It has very fast response time. So this is something that I would recommend you getting, especially if you are into astrophotography, like I said. I've been, like I said, shooting Rokinon for a long time. I will be posting some sample photos in this video, So I hope that helps. So this is what it's like on the Z camera. It is a very good, well-built lens overall. I haven't had any issues. I've been shooting on it for about 3 weeks now. And once again, the only drawbacks that I can say on there were the heavy glass element up front, because it is a little top heavy, so you need to make sure when it's on a tripod things are all tightened up. Other than that, that's not an issue. And then the only other thing was the aperture ring that you have to turn manually and all that on the outside of the lens. I'm so used to doing it in body, so that was the only thing that was a little confusing to get used to. But once you're used to it, it works fine. There is no issues, no complaints. This is a very well built, versatile lens, so it is something that I recommend getting into. It's about a $400 lens, which is very cheap in consideration if you were to go Canon, Sony, or Nikon and get all their 14mm 2.8. No matter which way you go around it, you're looking at over $1,000 for a lens. So for $400, it is very well built. Like I said, Canon has their R series in the auto system. I believe is around $600 to have the autofocus one built in, and then it's, like I said, $400 for the manual. But I'm used to the manual focus, and I would recommend it anyways, because you never want to let anything of your camera take control. It's better for you to control everything that you actually do on your camera, because that's how you're going to get some of the sharpest images. If you have any questions, please be sure to DM me on Instagram at manbehindthelens. You can like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, and let me know what you want to see next. But I do plan on doing another video probably maybe in the next 3 months or so to really give a little more detail on how this lens is, as I've only been using it for 3 weeks. So I want to get out there and use it some more before I really give 100% what I really think of it. But overall, for the price point, I really highly recommend this. So I hope to see you guys out there shooting. And once again, be sure to follow me on Instagram at manbehindthelens. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. You know, like I love teaching about photography. So no question is a dumb question. Please feel free to reach out. I hope you guys all enjoy. Thank you.